Namaskar, welcome to Lunar Astro. So today's topic, what we're going to discuss is about business. Why some people have great business, why some people lack in their business skills. As we're going to discuss about the planet Mercury and the remedies, predictions. Because see, before you understand and go and do remedies, understand whether it is happening in your chart or not. So what we're going to discuss is about Mercury today, because Mercury is the planet which governs business. And once you understand your Mercury, I'm going to describe Mercury in all the houses in different conditions, retrograde, combusted, debilitated, exalted. You will understand that this is my core area to do business in. This is what part I can handle in my business. Because when you run a company, you can't do everything on your own. Because some people are good in accounts, some people are good in designing, some are good at the idea generation, some people are good in dealing with people. So depend on which level you are on. Mercury, that is why, has all the three constituents: Vaat, Pit and Kapha. This is the only planet which the Shastra says it acts good with good and bad with bad. Like whatever planet sits with it, whichever sign it goes in, it will absorb the quality of that particular sign. So there is no good or bad sign for Mercury. It is only areas you need to identify where you can do good. Because Mercury is hobby, and it is not necessary that what is my interest is, what is my curiosity is, can be the interest and curiosity of some other person. That is why it is also called as a mean planet. Like if I am interested in something, I will go ahead and do that. Your interest might be extremely different from mine. So this is what the Mercury is. This is how our skills get developed, because Mercury is curiosity. But before even I go into the curiosity part, let me talk a little bit about the past life in Mercury. Because see, Mercury is something which is in the preparation. Mercury is something which you have left in between. And that is why one of the shlokas of the Bhrigu Sutram says, Mercury, when it is in lagna, at the age of 27, native travels to pilgrimage to a deity whom he was praying in last birth. So let's suppose you are doing the devotion to Hanumanji in last birth. So in this life, at the age of 27, you will travel to a particular temple. You will travel to a particular place, and it is not necessary, because you see, when Vedas or the Bhrigu Sutram is written, it was written in the context of Hinduism. It was written in the context of that particular society. But nowadays, let's suppose at the age of 27, if you have not traveled to a particular temple, but you will meet some person, you will get into new hobby, you will meet some person who will tell you about the subject which will interest you. This is what will happen at 27 when the Mercury is in lagna. Now what you can do is, let's suppose 27 is the first house, then you can go all the way around. 28 will be the second house, 29 will be the third house, and all the way you can come up to the 12th house and see which age this particular event in your life is about to happen. This is the number one technique. This is the first technique I'm teaching you in this particular, you can say it, course, because I'm going to cover for all the 9 planets. I'm starting with Mercury. But this is the first technique. Please go ahead and try with the timing. Now, people who have Mercury in fiery signs, 1, 5 and 9. You see, these people are very good in idea generation, because they have a high pith content. Now Mercury is acting with the high pith. Continuously generate ideas. They become the powerhouse to generate new thoughts. And they are always in a hurry to implement it. They're not good with the practical part. They're not good with the funds, of how we'll get the funds, how we'll get the resources, what is the amount of effort it will go in, how we need to communicate to other people. But they're good in this particular part only, idea generation. They're very good in planning the initial part. So that is why wherever your Mercury is, if it's in fiery sign, you will be very good in initializing that thing. Such as Mercury in 10th house. You'll go and work for a startup project or a startup company. Because this is what will suit you. You can continuously generate new ideas. You can adjust to new situations. Mercury in sign of Leo, you will go and start making management rules, because Leo is a sign of where you have to create balance, where you have to bring law and order, you have to maintain discipline. So you will go into a project and you will be told that, go there, go and make some rules, give the kickstart, handle the project because it is in mess right now. Because everyone knows you are the crisis manager. 1, 5 and 9 of Mercury. Continuously generate ideas. High path. Second one is 2, 6 and 10. Extremely practical. Focus on how you can get the finance, how you can solve the problems, how you can do the hiring, what I can do in my business. 2, 6 and 10. These signs, Capricorn sign. Extremely practical, extremely sharp. Pay attention to details. See, Mercury is curiosity. So these people pay attention to they're very curious about everything. What is happening next? But I know most of you now will start typing, what have a Leo sign 10th house? So, house comes first. Always remember, house is the base on which the idea is developed. So, house first, Rashi second, planet third. So, house is 10th house, which is a very earthy, grounded sign. Practicality of business. Then comes the sign of Leo, maintaining law and order, bringing out new discipline in the office, making rules in office, SOPs, standard operating procedures in office. Mercury, Leo. This is how you need to find out. This is how you need to implement on all 3 levels. But moreover, I'm telling you about the signs right now. The third one, 3, 7, 11, marketing, networking, bringing in new business, how we can connect with other people. People who have good Aries signs, they're very easy to connect with other people. You bring in Ketu in this particular Aries sign, these people will cut off themselves from the outer world, from the reality. Because Mercury is the only planet where it can chit chat, initiate something, curiously ask something, ask questions, and based on questions only, people get the business. Because until unless you market yourself properly, other day I saw the logos of certain people and I predicted on Facebook. And I realized people do not understand. This is their Mercury speaking. Their Mercury is in very different sign. They're trying a very different role here. Because to have a good logo, you need to have a good Mercury in your chart. 3, 7, 11, you're good with the marketing, networking, bringing out new ideas, bringing new people in, networking, and you do your business based on it. Trading, just buy from one end, give it to another. Do not go into manufacturing, because for manufacturing, you need to have a 2, 6, 10. Practically, you need to deal with people. 3, 7, 11, do trading. They're very good in it. Copy someone else. Ask someone how you're doing this. But do not go into the practical part of it. Do not go into the machinery part. Handle the outer layer. 3, 7, 11. Then comes the worst signs for Mercury. And when I say worst, it's not the worst in these terms what you are thinking. I will tell you what they're good at, what they're bad at. 4, 8 and 12. These are designers, creators, people who think original. They live in a very dream world. They think the world runs on rules. 4, 8 and 12. But they do not follow rules. Mercury in Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. Most of the times they're thinking that the world works in a very ideal manner. So these are the people who are in philanthropy. These are the people who are in religion. These are the people who are daydreamers. They think of projects which are impossible. Mercury Pisces is not debilitated. Read Hora Shastra. Mercury Pisces is called as the one who knows about all the Vedangs. Mercury Pisces. But what it actually means is that these people have a very broad level of understanding about how business is going to work. They do not pay attention to details, and that's why hire someone who can do that for you. Hire some practical people in your life who can keep you grounded. Otherwise, these people will keep on telling you fancy stories, an ideal world, and this is not going to work. Focus what your strength is. Now, second thing, as I said, Mercury is the process in creation. I mean, it's like work in progress. That's a sign of Mercury. Mercury has a habit that it is highly curious in nature. It will keep on asking questions. And that is why, due to this activity which is happening, that's why Mercury in lagna, very high increased metabolism. Wherever it is sitting in your chart, you will keep on learning about that particular subject. You will continuously keep on churning that house. Because Mercury, let's suppose Mercury, you have a Mercury in 5th house. These people will go 1 degree, 2nd degree, 3rd degree, and then they will keep on increasing their status. Because that is what Mercury does. It never settles down. Mercury goes in 12th house. These people continuously read about new subjects related to past life. Mercury Pisces, they will read about what will happen, what has happened in the past. And all those subjects which are extremely spiritual, that is Mercury Pisces for you. Mercury Scorpio, the Scorpio will not let the old grudges die down. I mean, see people who have Mercury Scorpio, ask them how many times in your family you remember your old people. These people do not even let the rest the dead people. They'll keep on bringing out the dead people, continuously mentioning them after one after another. That is Mercury in Scorpio. Mercury, wherever it is sitting in your chart, whichever house, that's the house you're continuously working. You see, Jupiter does not work well with Mercury, and I will talk about detail in conjunction as well. But Jupiter in the house of Mercury, why it does not work well? Because Jupiter, whenever you see Jupiter in D10 lagna, the person cannot work 24/7 or cannot do normal jobs, because Jupiter is extremely lazy planet. Jupiter goes like, I will not work. No. Every day I cannot work. I will have to take breaks because I have to live in my own dream world. That is what Jupiter lagna D10 does. Whenever Jupiter goes in sign of Mercury, Mercury keeps on giving everyday small task. Do this. Once it finishes, then do this. And what happens? It irritates Jupiter. Because to get wisdom in your life, you need to take break. You need to have a very broader overview. You can't waste your time in small things. That is why Jupiter in the house of Mercury gets irritated. Jupiter gets Maran Karan in Gemini. And it gets, Lal Kitab says, Nanga Pandit Ji in 6th house of Mercury. But one more thing which I have realized in terms of remedies of Mercury is, see, Mercury is a blame. Wherever it goes, and I will teach you this technique in very detail. Wherever your Mercury is sitting, you will get blame from that person. Just as Mercury 8th house, Virgo sign. 8th house, now see how I am applying this. 8th house, in-laws. Virgo sign. Disease. Mercury placed over there, blame. So the in-laws blame this person that due to you, my kid or my daughter is always sick. And it has nothing to do with, this person has no role in keeping his wife sick. But the in-laws blame him continuously. Mercury, Saturn, Taurus sign, 8th house. 8th house, in-laws again. Taurus sign is food. Planet sitting with it will become the causative agent. That due to hard work, that you do not work hard enough to cook food, and there is always a fight in the home, and even when she cooks, there is a fight. She does not cook, there is a fight. Mercury, Saturn, 8th house, Taurus, and it's a very big issue. It's like a divorce. Till this point, the divorce is happening. 7th house, Taurus sign. The spouse is blaming that you spend extra money over someone else. Mercury, 9th house, father is blaming. And Mercury, Venus, 9th house. So, father is blaming that after marriage you have changed. And that is in sign of Libra. Mercury, Venus, Libra, 9th house. So, after marriage you have changed. And also Venus is placed there. You see how brilliantly this technique is working. Mercury is the karka for blame. Wherever Mercury is, people will blame you. When it comes in lagna, There will be false accusations continuously. But understand why it is happening. My whole objective is why it is happening. What is that one karam somebody has done that there is a false game is happening? Why people are blaming each other? So, what happens is when you are in a process of becoming someone, in between there are a lot of resistances. Mercury is demigod. Mercury is not God, demigod. Mercury is not male, not female. Was in the process of becoming someone, either male or female. We all know that when you are in the garbh, there are chances you can become male, there are chances you can become female. But when you do not make decisions, you come as male or female both. That's what the Mercury is. Similarly, to become something to be in between of humans and gods, there are demigods. There are Yaksha, Gandrava, Kinnar. And you see, all of them are neither this side, neither this side. In between. So sadhana of demigods is a remedy for Mercury. And how these demigods are, look where Mercury is sitting. This is the person you need to pray. This is where you will get the help. And this is why and how your business will work. I have tested this remedy with several people who were struggling in their business. And trust me, once I'm very confident with this remedy, I'm giving out. So what is the remedy is? See where Mercury is sitting in the chart. Mercury is sitting in 3rd house. Mercury is 4th house. Like in 4th house, who is the demigod? Look at the sign there. Where it's a sub-deity of your village, your father's deity, your family, Gram Devta, your Grah Devta. There has to be a deity over there. For example, I have a Mercury in 9th house, so we have a ancestors whom we pray. Planet sitting with it also. For example, Mercury Saturn. You will also get Mercury Saturn 9th house. You will have an employee. Only employee who can work for you will also have to pray to a demigod. Otherwise, a conjunction will not happen with Mercury. See, conjunction happens for a reason, and I will speak about conjunctions in detail now with the stories why it is actually happening. But Mercury Venus, you will get married to someone who will pray to demigods. So whenever the conjunctions are also happening, that particular person is also praying to a demigod. Mercury sitting in 9th house, so I'm praying to the ancestors. There is a samadhi which we need to visit. Because in when saints pass away, the samadhi is created. So need to pray to samadhi. Mercury in Pisces. Mercury goes in Gemini sign. You need to pray a goddess, a demigoddess who is in your family. Goddess or a ritual of a very young goddess in your family has to be there. Please pray to that particular deity. Or look at the male sign. If it's a male sign, then God will be there, but it will be warrior god. When a male goes in 3rd house, it becomes warrior. When the female goes in, it becomes a very young kid. Mercury in 5th house, the mantra sadhana you were doing were left in between, and that mantra will come back to you. The same mantra will be given to you. I mean, I can tell you on record I told a mantra to an astrologer friend. I said, this is the mantra you should do. And he said, 10 years back, same mantra was given to me by a sadhu. Imagine this. 10 years back, a sadhu gave him the mantra, and I'm doing his reading and I'm giving him the mantra. That this is the mantra you need to do for the spiritual progress. And a very simple mantra, one line mantra, one word mantra. But that's the mantra in the 5th house Mercury. See, Mercury connected with Sun, that's a mantra, because 5th house is mantra shastra. Mercury in 6th house, these are the demigods whom you need to pray, who are in the open fields. Like Gram Devata. And you cannot disrespect these people. For example, let's suppose your 6th lord is in 7th house, 6th house Mercury. If before marriage, you do not pray to this god, your marriage will not work. Your marriage will have tremendous amount of troubles. That is why I'm telling you, Mercury, wherever it is sitting, if you're getting problems in your business, it is because you're not following or not praying to the demigods in your chart. I mean, you go to Kedarnath, wonderful. You go to Mahakal, wonderful. Absolutely fine. I mean, he's a superior. He is the one who gives you the understanding of what is happening in the world. That's what the Chetana is. The level of understanding your brain can do. This is what the God does. But to understand and live on this earth, to get the things which are in terms of business, in terms of money. I mean, what the Yaksha, Gandrava, Kinnar does, they give you all these worldly things. But the condition is pray to Mercury. Focus on Mercury in your chart. I mean, nowadays, anyone who comes, I mean, that's why I'm looking at the chart of the, I posted for the, give me charts for the business. And I'm replying 5 to 6 emails every day now. And I'm giving out remedies based on it. But if you see, this is the only point I'm considering. I'm giving out you two secrets because I have at least by now 200, 300 emails in a day asking for solutions. I mean, I'm doing free readings for people who are unemployed. So that they can at least get employment, they can get the hope, and they can get sorted out with this. But I realize I will not be able to cover up, or maybe 300, it's in 3 hours, 300 emails. In few more hours, it will increase. So that's why I decided, let me give out the technique. Let you make remedies on your own. Find out where Mercury is, who is your Gram Devta. Another technique which I'm going to teach you with the Mercury. So Mercury is also the depth of past life. And I tried this technique and I want you to also try. Past life depth means what you're carrying from other people, what you need to pay off. For example, whenever you see Mercury 10th house, this is the person born to pay off debt of the father. Mercury 9th house, this is a person who is born to pay the debt of in-laws. Mercury, I mean, see, it is second from the 8th house. That's why debt of in-laws. Or Mercury 9th house, debt of a guru, debt of religion. Wherever Mercury is going, people will say, you need to give me money. You need to do this for me. Because you see, Mercury is resources. Mercury is problem solving. These people will come in your life. This is how you get rid of the debt of these people. These people will come in your life and ask for help. Once you help them, these people will when they start abusing you, that's the time you know your debt is over. Do not feel bad about them. Mercury 7th house, that's why the people say, now I'm going. That is why the breakups happen. Because your relation with that person is now over. Mercury is the natural 6th lord in the zodiac. Wherever it is sitting, it is bound to give you depth of that particular house. Let people abuse you, let people take advantage of you. But what they do not understand is they are taking off your load. This was the first lecture based on the Mercury and the remedies. Now do one thing. Make predictions using it. Remedies based on the information which I provided you. Make your own remedies. And you can ask me in the comment section. I will answer. I have replied to at least 100 comments in last video. I will try to do the same. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.